Just go and kick this shit off, because we have things to do. Okay, so obviously I've not been around for a while. As always, I apologize that I just have not been feeling it lately. I've been feeling up streaming, I've been feeling up to doing a whole lot of anything. It's kind of a rough month, and I didn't want to, like, it's already midway through October, you know, so it's kind of late to do spooky things, so I figure I might as well just wash it, and we'll try again next year, if I even do that. So this is kind of a one-off. This is just more of like scratching an itch of something I wanted to do for a while. This is crap. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So obviously we're back in Battle Operation 2. And I kind of wanted to... This is basically just a stream where I'm going through a bunch of shit that I learned. And I'm going to clip it up and clippity-bee. Shove it on YouTube for other newer players to find and hopefully help them out in the future. And more or less, this is just mostly kind of coming from like a place of watching a bunch of people like flail-throughs play their games and like covering some information that they omit, you know, like well, we'll get into that here in a minute. Let me talk to this guy real quick. It's bugging me. Yeah. Okay. So the first big thing, you may know if you're familiar with this game at all, you know that the connections aren't the best. So if you ever wanted to just like play the fucking game, you know, like monkey around, you got a free practice for like right here. You just do this shit, you know. And you don't have to, like, it'll drop other NPC bots in with you, and you know you can just, if you just want to go and shoot some damn robots, you can go shoot some damn robots, you know, something like that. So let's go in here, and so we have lots and 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 lots of robots. And you may be thinking here this is mostly like 9/10 of this is just ego stroking, you know. You get in your super fancy pantsy antsy fucking, I don't even know if I have one. The fucking top roll, whatever it's called, like EXS Gundam, right? Or Full Armor Hayashiki or G3 Gundam, you know, like you get in your fancy ass shit and you fly around and you murder people, you know, and that's like, you do that and you don't really think much about it. This guy, right? This guy's fucking huge, look at him. That's a big boy, you know? Obviously you have some ideas there. But believe it or not, there's actually a lot more going on under the hood here that I had previously not been aware of. So we're going to go down to our most basic ass Zaku 2, right? This little starter guy that you get. Everyone gets this one. Here he is. Level 1 Zaku 2, right? And you've got your bazookas and your machine guns, and you can put some stuff on them, you know. And you've got a whole bunch of numbers on the side here. You're not really sure what any of this does yet. And if you're like me, for 80% of the time I've played this game, you know, this is kind of where you leave. Like, this is where you stop looking. Um, but there's a lot more to it. These are skills. I completely forgot this menu existed, and when I started going through it, it's actually really interesting. So every mobile suit's got a whole list of skills. Some of these are generic. The raids and the supports have a lot of generic skills, while the generals tend to borrow from both. Um, and these kind of impact how you play. And if you don't go in and read these and you just kind of run into, like you do exactly what I've been doing, you just run into battle and you kind of ignore them, you're not really going to see a lot of results. Like one thing's going to play pretty close to the other because you're running in and getting shot and dying, the same as every other mobile suit, you know? But these guys actually have some pretty interesting ideas going on here. So let's kind of, I want to go through some of these and kind of talk about how you can use them. Okay. So this first one, and I think I've looked at the Zaku 1, the Zaku 2, and the Goof, and they all seem to kind of do this one thing in particular. I'm kind of calling it the Zaku charge. Now, I don't know if the GMs do this. I haven't looked at the GMs, I haven't looked at the Gundams yet. We can do that tonight to see if they do something similar to that. Or this is just a Zaku thing. I'm calling it a Zaku thing right now, though. So you've got leg shock absorbers, so it reduces your load on legs when landing. I'm not actually sure what that exactly means. I'm pretty sure it just means you shortens up the landing animation, right? Quick boost. Your charge time is reduced when jumping. I'm assuming that means that also, like, not when you're charging, like when you hit triangle, but when you're charging up your booster. Personal radar, that's more of a support thing. High performance balancer, this is actually the one I really like. Landing after jumps and evasive maneuvers can be cancelled with a melee attack or tackle. So basically that means that you can jump, land, charge, and not have to go through the landing animation. So that saves you a lot of time. And also, it does some interesting shit. So we're going to go through that here in a second. So we're going to take out our Zaku 2. And we're going to go do a free practice real quick. And again, if you're having network problems, this is a good way to avoid those, because you're basically playing the game single player. You know, you have to question why exactly you would do that. But it's you know, practice. This is a game where practice makes perfect. And you can turn the AI on these guys. Okay, so basically, if you've never done the free training mode, you get access to all the maps, and it'll just drop in these kind of generic suits for you to shoot at. I don't know why she's talking to me, but she's right. And it just gives you an opportunity to kind of try some of this fancy crap, without being like blasted from 50 yards away, like 100 yards away by lasers. You know all that kind of shit. Okay, so we've got our Zaku, and I wanted to highlight. How do I turn her ass off? I gotta turn her ass off. Hold on. I don't know why she's fucking talking. We're gonna have to remedy that real quick here. There we go. Alright, there we go. Okay, back to where we were. I would talk about this machine gun real quick here, because you kind of like, you look at it immediately and you just like, you think this thing is worth it, especially if you've ever watched any of the TV shows. You think this thing is complete dog shit. It's actually got two interesting little functions here. So first off is the automatic targeter, basically. So we put our crosshair over the targeter, or over our target, and then if we move it off, you've got that white circle there. And if you keep it, the enemy target in the circle, but not in the crosshair, you see that little, God, I can't fucking talk. That little blue circle just showed up, right? That means now, even though we're not really aiming directly at him, we can still hit him. So this is good for, you know, stuff on the run. Things like that, you know? You can kind of strafe around. And obviously he's going to be moving around too and doing all sorts of monkey stuff. It makes it a little bit easier. And there are some mods out there, like if you got the level 5 Zacker, you can put on the ASL, which I think makes the circle bigger. It might either make it bigger or it might make it easier to lock on. I don't know. But anyway, that's one thing that's really nice about this. And I think it might just be this one. I'm not too sure. I know a couple other machine guns have a similar function. Okay. And so you can tell we've not really done a lot of damage, right? Like, yeah, that starts adding up after a while. But that's far more interesting. That's the stagger. So we can see that little yellow bar, it fills up as we use our machine gun. And now we would have an opportunity to go in for a kill without the problem of a counter, right? Let's go ahead and finish this off, and then we'll get a fresh one. Kind of show off the ASL again. I think that's it. I like that. I like the ASL a lot. So we're going to move back over here real quick. Wait for our dude to show up. This particular map is really nice for range guessing. And if you know the ranges on your weapons, you can kind of do some spitballing. So you'll notice that when our crosshair is not on the target, we can put it up in the sky, you know, it's gray. When we put it on the target and we're within range to hit him, it's blue. If we're within range but he's invulnerable, it turns red. That means don't shoot, right? Now, the cool thing is we can actually back up out of range and it turns gray again. Now, this doesn't mean that you're necessarily not going to hit him. Because believe it or not, you can still get him from way out here. But it seems like there's a certain point at which it does eventually disappear. And I believe the range for this thing is 200 meters, right? So we can kind of ballpark to right about here, right about at this edge of this lip of the crater here is about 200 meters, right? Something like that. So let's go back to all those jumping things that we can do with this Zaku, right? And if you don't know what jumping is, so you've got these little evasive things, right? You've got those, and those are jumping. So you get a little bit quicker jump time and you recover a little bit faster. Then you've got your thruster back here. And this is your big jump, right? That's the one you charge up and you have a nice big long jump time. Now what you can do, if you hold down forward while you're charging up, you get a nice big boost. Just like that. Now that's kind of nice for getting close to the enemy without having to walk up to them and getting shot the whole time, you know, especially if you're doing that from, say, around your base, which I think we can clear the base. Let's actually try that. It's a bit tricky since I'm against the invisible wall here in the corner, but we'll try it. Clipped it, but yeah, we did it. So, if you're behind cover, you can safely jump in, get a little bit closer to your enemies. But here's where the fun thing is. Actually, you know what? We'll just do a little bunny hop and I'll show it off. So there's that one skill we had that said that it can cancel out that recovery animation with a melee or a tackle. Whoops, and I fucking hit the wrong buttons again. Let me do that one time. Like that. And it's quickest, honestly, if you're going to be using your melee weapon for that, to do a side one, you know? Let me go ahead and go through those really quick because it's easy to forget that you can do things like that. So you've got 3. Yeah, you've got 3. It's going to try and convince you have 5. You have actually got 3 options for a melee hit. You've got your normal, so that's where we're not hitting anything on the left stick. That's our normal right there for the Heat Hawk. And I believe it's also the same for forward. Yeah, so if you're moving forward or if you're not hitting the movement stick at all, you've got your regular Heat Hawk attack. If you hit either right or left, you do a side, which I think that was a side. Yeah, that's a side. It's supposed to be quicker, but you're hitting with 80% power of your normal hit. And then finally, you've got your back, so you flick, because if you hold back, you're just going to start walking backwards out of range. So you flick your back. Nope, that's the wrong one. You flick back, and you do that. That's your strong melee. So as you can see, it does a ton more damage and knocks them over, but it also puts you into a recovery animation. And I will say concerning that knockdown is really not for you. That's for everyone around you, right? So if we knock him down again, I'm going to try and get to my cracker and throw a cracker at him, right? Knockdown, got the cracker. Wait for the crack to get up, and by the time I've got it out, he's already up again, right? So that's just not... That's more or less for your allies to get a good extra hit in. That didn't do enough, okay. There we go. Reset a fresh one. Let's go ahead and reload our stuff while we're waiting. So you've got those 3 melee swings, and typically if you want to use your melee to pivot or to just get out, cancel out, I think the side strike is probably your best bet. I do have to say there's an input thing, and you saw me mess one of those up. So you have to, if you do it wrong, so holding down seems to be the safest option, but if you're trying to flick your stick, you may accidentally get the timing wrong. Yeah, so if you give it like a second or even a half second, that input will disappear and you'll end up doing a normal hit. So just be prepared for that. Normal hit's not the worst thing in the world. Honestly, that back hit is the most appetizing, but this is a very long time to not be invulnerable. Because you're not. You can get all kinds of fucked up with that. So let's kind of talk about putting all what we've seen so far together, right? So we can be back here almost, right? We get our gun out, we kind of check the range. We're just about outside gun range, so we should be all set for a full jump. We're going to jump. And we're going to charge, and I missed. Okay, let's try that again. You have to be very careful about where your uh, the exact point at which your mobile suit's pointed, because a little bit off will send you the wrong direction. So we're jumping in, then we charge. We got him, and we can do a melee hit. So that essentially just extends the range of your melee hit from being point blank to 200-ish, maybe 250 meters away. And you can check that if you have your gun. Now I will say that the bazooka has a longer range than the gun, and that may throw you off just a smidge. So just be aware of that. Alright, let's talk about the cracker real fast. So it's a weird weapon. It's useful though. I really enjoy it. So first thing you can do that's kind of fun, you can toss it over buildings. See if I get this right. Just a little bit off. So you can treat it like an indirect weapon. God damn it. And I was doing this. There's the wrecked city. Is a good map for this. Like, you don't want to do this, because that's just an idiot thing to do. But like that, give or take. Okay, maybe I'm just not good at this. So you can do it like that. You can see it builds up just a bit of stagger, and I think it's actually easier on the... Wait, does the goof even get a crack? I don't remember. I have to go check. Yeah, you can build off that pretty easy. So, let's reload our gun really quick, talk about stagger a little bit more. It usually takes... Well, actually, no, let's check. So it took about 13 rounds for the Zaku's machine gun. But using a cracker gives us just a little bit of a boost. Whoops. Too far. God damn it. I'm not very good at this. If you're not dumb like me and you don't go well past where you wanted to go, you can use the cracker to build up that stun just a little bit faster. That really works if you're like, if it's a machine gun versus a machine gun fight and you are hemorrhaging health. That helps kind of wrap that up a lot faster than when you may have wanted it to. So throw it, tap. So we saved a couple rounds. So there's that. I think a more useful thing for the cracker, though, besides being able to be thrown over and around things, the damage isn't substantial. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not really anything you're going to actually, like, win with. I like it more because it kind of gives you a little bit of a smoke screen. Like that, right? Hard to see, hard to tell what you're doing. Hard to predict what you're doing and counter it, you know. So we can do something like this. Let's go back to our setup over here. So about like that. We're going to throw a cracker. We're in the air before they can do anything. We land, charge, and then get that backswing in. We didn't do anything because we kept hitting the fucking shield, but you know what I mean. And that's kind of the whole thing. And then while they're getting up, you can fucking hit the wrong buttons again. Throw another one. Back up. And do that. And And I'll kind of repeat that little thing we just did there. So it's not just going forward. That charge is super useful for getting in and hitting someone when you want to, but it's probably more useful to get the hell out when you want to get out. So we also need to talk about, so watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to try and throw a cracker, and I'm going to fuck it up by boosting too early. Ready? So you have to realize that the cracker has a fixed animation time. I believe it's like a second to throw the whole thing. And if you interrupt that with your boost, you cancel the whole thing out. So we have to give it enough time to throw. Then we can jump back. We get our heat hawk out, we spin it around, and then we charge that way. And voila. So to show it again, without the heat hawk this time, we charge up. We're holding back on the stick, by the way. We're going backwards. We're pivoting the camera because the camera is controlling where it's going to face. And I fucked it up. Fantastic. Let's try it again. I need to switch, like, the fact that this is R2 and this is R1 is driving me absolutely nuts. What is... You know what? I might fix that, actually. I might switch your weapon on L2 and switch crouch to R1. Because it keeps screwing me up. Okay, so we're going to boost to get away, holding back. We're going to turn the camera. We're going to have our heat hawk out. We're going to let that, and then charge. So as soon as we land, we take a side swing. And by that point, our camera has gone from pointing here to pointing there, which will allow our mobile suit to basically seamlessly turn by doing the side swing, and then we can charge away and be hopefully safely out of the fight. So it's not just good for entering a fight, it's good for getting out of one too. And one thing I need to point out, let's turn on the AI for this. So let's give Buddy a chance to start shooting at us. As you can see, you can get shot out of the sky pretty easy. See if we can bait him into shooting some more. Yeah, see. So you're not safe in the air by any definition, but you're definitely not taking as many hits as if you're on the ground, which is what the cracker is so useful for. Something like that. So it's not a perfect escape plan, but it's a lot better than trying to run away, you know. And that's generally the gist of the Zaku 2's setup. So we're going to get out. Now I want to say this is the most basic Zaku. This is the 100 cost Zaku, the level 1. And I don't think I've ever actually seen a level 100 fight. Alright, so you're probably going to be closer to, let's see what Quick Match has. There's a 350. Rated has a 350, a 450, a 500. So that's more generally where the average is at. So you're probably going to be looking at Zaku, probably level 5, I believe. This guy, yeah, more of this guy. And honestly, he's kind of on the low side as it is. Now they're pretty much the same. This is kind of where your goodies come in, your custom parts, and I really like these things here, the forced cooling system. And you can kind of see down in that little bottom right box, it's telling you what's going on. So reduces recovery time from thrusters by 20% and reduces thruster recovery speed by 12%. So in addition to those, you've also got these guys here, the cooling systems, which is these actually boost thrusters in exchange for the overheat. Personally, I kind of like, so they're a bit of like these guys tacked on. I like the forced better because it just gives you a bigger bonus for overheat and reducing recovery speed. So let's take this guy out here, and you can kind of see how much faster these things will fly around. So we'll go back to our same spot. Now everything's the same, the abilities are the same. We've really, all that we've done is changed up our recovery speed, our recovery times. So we're about set up in the exact same spot. We're going to get our heat hawk out. We do our charge. We do our backswing. And look how much faster things are going. We can already skirt away and get to safety. That's what a good model will do for you. In fact, let's try we're going to try an entry and exit. We'll throw in the cracker too, just for good measure. So, toss our cracker. Get our heat hawk out while we're in the air. Charge. Do our tackle. Do the backswing. Turn the camera. Side swing and tackle. You can see how much easier that is with the force cooling system. So I kind of favor that on my modding a little bit more than extra health or damage or whatever. We can kind of talk more about the custom parts here in a minute, but I also want to talk about the Zaku 2 or Zaku 1. And I'm not talking about the Zaku 1 sniper or the command or sweaty belty Bartfest, whoever the fuck he is, his custom Zaku 1. I'm talking about the basic, the most basic of basic, the regular Zaku 1. This guy right here. Alright. As you can see, I've collected all 5 because I'm in a bit of a love bug with this fella here. So let's go ahead and take off these real fast and give him the regular gun. And let's look at the skills really fast here. So he's also got the balancer. He's got a melee counter, so instead of having one swing, we have 2 swings we can get in. Now this is important to talk about. It's not telling you this here, but apparently this combo, to do a 2-hit combo, you're not going to do 2 hits at 100% damage. Your first one's going to do 100% damage, or whatever swing you're doing. And then your second one's going to do about half that. Alright, so really you're doing about 150 damage total if both land. This is kind of interesting, unique to the Zaku 1. You get an enhanced tackle, so extra damage and extra distance. Not a lot of distance, but a little bit more. And then you've got the leg shock absorber. And this is another interesting one, the assault booster. So reduces charge time and increases boost jump speed by 40%. It reduces your reactions while in midair, so you're probably not going to be knocked out of the air. Will not apply when moving at high speed while in midair. I don't know what that means. But either way, so we've got a few more things to help us jump. And you might have noticed this is not a general, this is actually a raid. And you can look at the stats comparing the basic stats of the level 1 to the level 1 Zaku. You've got 10 melee strength. You're moving a little bit faster, and you've got more thrust and turning. So let's go back to the Zaku 2. This guy here. And you can see that we've got 110, 50, and 45. So not much more, but a little bit more. Right? So he's far more oriented for doing melee stuff. We can kind of demonstrate how that affects things. Now, another thing with the training grounds, they drop whatever. So they'll give you a GM Kai for this one, and if you're practicing with your raids, you can be at a disadvantage. Now, I'm not entirely sure if it's just this machine gun is weaker, or it's because this is a raid, but it seems like you need a lot more rounds to get that stagger up. Let's see if the same for the Cracker. No, but the Cracker seems to do the same. So that's another thing to consider as a raid, or just using this Zaku as a raid, that you may need to rely on your Crackers more to get that stagger up if you want that stagger up. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up, and we can kind of look at some of the differences here. So we charge up, we fly forward, and we charge. And you can see it's pretty much the same. We're doing less damage again because we're at a disadvantage. But we're also not seeing that as much because the Zaku has a slightly higher attack bonus for its Heat Hawk. Oh, and I whiffed that, but it was generous to give it to me anyway. Okay, so let's talk about that Wombo combo, because I actually spent a good portion of my vacation just doing math for this. So the Wombo combo, kind of like how the game determines which direction you want or which kind of attack you want, it is also waiting for a secondary input or even a third input if you have a 3-hit combo. So we can do one and then another. Now you can't chain two, so you can't do two normals, you can't do two sides. You can do a left and a right, but you can't do two normals, and you definitely can't do two backs. So that kind of leaves you with this dilemma. Also, let's talk about the back really fast. Let's actually whack him really fast so we can get him set back up. Yeah, that side is super handy for turning. Let's actually see if I can turn 180 degrees. I don't think I can. I think we can. The best we can do is 90. A little bit more than 90. So just keep that in mind. You're not going to be able to turn all the way back around. Okay, so let's do our backswing. That's not our backswing. So you'll notice that backswing knocks him down. So that's actually, you don't want your first hit to be the backswing, because the backswing is not actually going to keep him in a place where you can hit him again. So doing it again, and then trying our best to chain, which we can't because of that extra cycle. right? That extra follow-through animation, we can't do anything. So you can still hit someone for 120% damage, but you're not going to be doing any additional damage besides that. So we can do a normal hit and then a little bit of a side hit. That's one option we've got. Or you can do a side hit and then a normal hit. Or you can do a normal hit and then a backswing. And I think that's honestly the best damage dealing combo right there. And you get the knockdown too. So even though you're only doing 160% of your damage with those two put together, you're still doing more than one backswing. So kind of demonstrate again. Normal hit and then backswing. You're not mashing, you're kind of, there's a rhythm to it. So it's more like a one, well, I did that wrong. So let me try. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of like that, you know? Something like that. Something really cool with the Zaku 1, particularly over the 2, is that tackle actually is a big chunk of your damage. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, actually gets some benefits to your melee bonus going up. Your melee skill going up here, which we'll talk about in a second. So, and then we can duck the fuck out. Like so. And hypothetically, we're out of danger. Just like that. This is more important for the Zaku 1 because it's a raid and because this melee hit is pretty much its only job. So the tackle into the 2 swings, and then that big jump is just there to kind of get you exactly where you need to be in order to get that tackle and 2 swings off. We keep hitting the damn shield. But the fact we're killing that shield in 1 hit's actually pretty impressive. Okay, so we've talked about the Zaku 1. Well, actually, I want to take it out. But we're just going to have to sit here and wait for the queue. Maybe. Let's talk about your stats, and let's talk about custom parts next. Zippy. Okay. Alright. So, looking back at that melee strength again, basically 1 point of any skill or any stat there is a 1% bonus to your weaponry. Right? So, our Heat Hawk is a natural 1600, which I believe is the same for the Zaku 2. Well, not this one, because this is the wrong one. Yeah, it's the same one. Same cooldown, same everything. But because we have that melee 10, we've actually got it at, what, I believe 1760? Yeah, 1760. So that's one benefit right off the bat. Now, if we wanted to improve that benefit, we can use a melee enhanced melee program, so now we have a 17% bonus. So that would bring us up to not 1.7, 1.17, about 1872. So if you're thinking about it, and we're not applying the damage reduction from fighting at a disadvantage or the Kai's melee resistance, if we were to multiply that by another 1.6 from both our melee hits hitting, we're doing about 3,000 damage. And then that's also not counting the damage bonus on the tackle, which is not listed anywhere here, right? So we're just going to have to go in and kind of monkey with it. which we can do right now. Whoops, I went too far. So we were doing about 800 before with our tackle. Now, we're doing about 850. Whoops. 1300 on normal. And 900 or 895 on a backswing off the combo. So, let's see. We had what? 852 plus, what was this again? Whoops, got the shield. 1377 plus the, what was it? 892? 895. Okay, so that's about 3,000 on a general. Which is not the end of the world, you know? So that's just what a very minor upgrade will bring you. Let's kind of look at now let's look at the level 5. Again, this is probably the one you're going to get the best chance to actually take out. Like if we wanted to queue up tonight, we could probably take this thing out, maybe, for one of those 350s. If we get very, very, very lucky. Whoops. Which I just did. Which, hey, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try and apply what we've been talking about. Oh, we can't because it's, what, too low? Okay, never mind. Never mind, and apparently our fucking connection sucks tonight, so I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not gonna try. Back to free practice. We wanted to look level 5, didn't we? So this is the one we're probably going to get the best chance of actually taking out, right? So this one we can take our super duper level 5 stuff out. Now we've got a nice 1920 instead of 1600. A beautiful 22 melee strength. So that 1920 is up to 2300 just off on another raid. Or, let's see, 0.8. 1800 for a general on a normal swing. And we times that by 1.6. Whoops. My math just died. Okay, hold on. So yeah, again, about 3,000 without anything else. And now we've got stock options. So we talked about these guys already. I would say probably this level 4 cooling fan might give you the best bang for your buck. But this level 3, we're losing 5% overheat and 3% recovery speed, but we're also giving us a second opportunity to put a level 3 in there, right? Which we might be able to, actually, could we fit that? No. See? And so now we've got the best of both worlds, so it's a nice little compromise. And then you can fit whatever the hell else you want to shove in here. More health's probably good. Okay, so we're up to 31. So 25-15 on one swing. 4,000 on a combo. Something like that. Hello, welcome. We're not really doing anything interesting tonight. We're just kind of talking about numbers and stuff. I'm okay. How are yourself? How's about you? Let's see. Yeah, I would love to take this thing out on an actual real sortie. Actually, no, let's do a free practice, turn the A on. Why not? Let's kind of just dick around just a smidge. Since we can't take it into a fucking actual match, we're just going to take it into City Ruins. Jack this bad boy up to 300 and turn on the AI. And we're going to pretend we're playing with people. We're going to pretend to have fun. Oop, and they're right here. And there's a nice juicy support right there. Okay, so one for this guy. Whoop. Oh, he got him in the combo. The counter. And that's really the most dangerous part of doing any of this. The whole idea of like fucking jumping and shit. Fuck me. The computer's kicking my ass. As a raid, you're always at a fucking disadvantage with this shit. Yeah, fuck you, buddy. Anyone can fucking counter you, including other people around you. By the way, if you try and do the actual training matches, just to kind of practice with like some of the basic controls and shit, go do free practice instead, because this is the exact kind of stuff that'll happen to you. The AI is merciless in this game and will just wail on you relentlessly while you're just trying to figure out like how to move, how to work the controls. That shit. Okay, here's a guy. The problem with this giant glowing hawk is like you basically have to fucking telegraph that you are in fact going for a fucking attack. There. So it's not even a matter, it's like, do you even want to try for the combo, you know? Because that'll happen. And it's anytime you get into the charge. Anytime. Anytime for that charge animation that they will counter you. There's a good combo. And now we've done our combo, so we can leave. Say adios, fucker. And there, nice little exfil. Granted, it wasn't terribly far away, but it got us far enough that we weren't in any real danger. Something like that. A little bit of a better example, I guess. Fuck Zogox. But it's far easier to actually like learn, like say how you want to. You see people fly up here all the time, right? You want to learn how to do that shit. You can actually do that in free practice, not in actual training mode, mind you. Training mode, you're just there to get fucking shit on all the time. Yeah, crackers are kind of weird. It's either you're too far or you're too short. It would be nice if they had a little bit of fucking, like, what do you call it? Cook time, you know? Just a smidge. And you can't really throw them high, because that's going to send it all the way to outer space. Way over there. That was neat. I'm doing a really great job of selling you guys on the Zacro, I can already tell. And yeah, it's pretty basic. It's like, it was obsolete before Gundam even started, but still, it has its uses. Especially if you can go find a support. Which I think is like 90% of this fucking game is just picking out who you actually want to hit. Unfortunately, you need a support on your team to actually figure that out because your radar sucks. Like these guys over here, there's a gun tank. Or a gun cannon, but I'll be damned if this motherfucker is actually going to let you swing on him. Like that, look at that. Now, the one thing that the Zaku does not have is the very evasive maneuvers, unfortunately. Got him anywhere. Yeah, it's all about matchup. So if you have shitty ass internet and you don't want to sit in the queue for an hour or 3 and you just want to play the fucking game and hit things, free practice is honestly just the best way to play this. I really hate to say it, but it's like you really have to get lucky nowadays. I think it was last night, either last night or the night before that. I sat there for like an hour watching people come and go before I finally just decided to say fuck it and go and paint some Gundamus. I want to talk about the goof next. Let's talk about the goof. Because I love me the goof. Not the custom goof. Everyone loves the custom goof. I don't love the custom goof. I love the regular goof. The B. The B goof. Which I passed. I have a lot of GMs for never using a GM. So this is my goof. I have 2 of them, I guess. Looking at his skills, he's got the same He's basically just an extension of a Zaku, really. He's got, or more of the Zaku 1. So he's got the thing where you can do a melee attack or a charge after you jump. You've got a 2-hit combo. Diminishes stagger. Reduces reaction time while jumping, I believe. You can jump farther. Jump charge. What is a jump charge exactly? That might be something different. I don't know. So really reminiscent of the Zaku one. He's got 2 melee weapons though. And he's got this sick-ass Vulcan fingy gun. So let's take him out really fast. Take those off. And register him. And I've got to toot my own horn here, which is not something I do often. I had a really nice fucking camo setup here. You know what? I'm going to make this again. I'm going to make this again because I really liked it. I gave him a poncho, and I was very proud of my poncho, god damn it. Give him some nice weathering. Make him look good and dirty. And then, let's see. I can't even tell what's flashing here. I think it's his feet. There we go. And then on these, we're going to turn down the specular. If you want a good grody, just kind of dull mobile suit, this is how you do it right here. Like, this looks like a mobile suit that hasn't come in from the fucking front line in like 3 years, you know. I was watching some clips of 8th MS team today, and then someone had made one of the Rick Dom in that. And someone said really well, something about the way 8th MS team animated, took a lot of the old cartoony designs and gave them some real weights and actually made them feel like a real machine, you know. And I like that, I think, the best. Like, everyone loves to talk up the stupid Norris Packard fight. You know, it's a great fight. I love that fight. It still kind of sets a precedent that the old suits needed to be modernized in some sort of way, which I don't agree with. And that led to Thunderbolt, which, honestly, I don't agree with either. You know, like, I like the old 70s era sci-fi stuff, you know. I like the goof. I like the Gog. I like the Zoc, you know. Those are all really fun. I think it's 250. I prefer those to the new ones. Okay. So the first thing you're going to notice on the fingy guns, that's a big ol' ASL. Really big. Like, and you can get a good fucking ways away with this thing and still get the target on. Maybe. There we go. Actually, is there a minimum range? Yeah, this looks like there is a maximum range for that. But I mean, look how far off we're shooting. And again, even on a general, that stagger is going up really fast, especially if we're actually hitting. So that's far easier to do than the Zaku machine guns. And then you can close in for the kill. Like so. So that's the first thing about the Zok. That machine gun's really nice. And I believe, I'm not gonna fucking... Let's turn on the AI and test my theory here. So we're not gonna shoot him, we're just gonna aim at him. I want to see if he hits the shield a little bit more than my body. Because right now we've got the shield kind of up. Right? Come on, take your gun out. No, he just wants to swing. Okay, fine. If you're just gonna fucking swing the sword, we're gonna counter you. There we go, okay. So the shield's not huge on this thing. He's not cooperating. It's not huge, but I believe you may take a few more hits to the shield if you hold it up with the machine gun, because walking like this, you're protecting your side, but walking like this, you kind of got it out more out in front of you, I guess. I don't know. It may not actually matter at all. Let's talk about the heat rod. Heat rod's kind of weird. So, even for melee, you've got a reticule. And the heat rod is a little bit further away. So we can hit him from here. And you can see that's pretty well outside the Saber's range. And then the other thing, you can't combo it, but you can do a back hit. And you can also do a side hit. Like so. But the problem is, I believe that the back hit... Let's try it here. So we're in range. We're in range. We're out of range. No. So it looks like the back hit and the regular hit are still the same. And then I believe... Yeah, the side hit's a lot closer. So, just like the Zaku, we can do a 1-2. And then jump the fuck out. And skibbity away. So, the same general concept of jump in. My buttons want to work, which they don't apparently. Jump in, charge, combo. Jump out, swing, and charge. As you can see, it didn't really work out for us if when the air is actually on. And sometimes it's just a matter of like, am I actually going to get out of this or not, you know? So that's a little bit more on the goof. Personally, my favorite idea with this guy, if you know you're not going to win a fight and you're waiting for your allies to kind of show up and start doing some things, you can just do this shit. Well, just kind of sit back here, sit off to the flank, and kind of build that stagger up on an enemy. You know, and give your enemy, or give your ally an opening. You know, if you know you're at a disadvantage, at the very least you can do is stagger him. Now, I don't know, can we actually get up there before he gets unstaggered? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. But if someone's right here and you're doing that and they get staggered, then yeah, you can actually absolutely get a nice hit in. Like so. You know? I wish there was a way to turn this fucking glow off. This thing is so goddamn obnoxious. Like, you'd have to be blind as a fucking bat not to see someone like this. That's pretty fucking, like, you don't know what they're gonna do, right? There's nothing in my hand. If you weren't familiar with the Goof's loadout, you may think, oh, he's got a cracker, or he's gonna do something with his other arm. You know, you don't know it's the heat rod. This is pretty fucking evident. I wish you could turn this off. I wish you could take the customs fucking regular heat sword. It's just where it's nothing, you know? So the moral of the story of all this is go look at your skills and see what exactly you're expected to do with this thing. Another one I have more appreciation for that I didn't previously. Let's talk about the Zogak. Let's talk about the Eyeball Man. Do whatever an eyeball can. Particularly these boomerangs. These are actually really cool. This is another one I had a really nice fucking color set up based on Twitter, and I fucking lost it. You know what? Let's actually look what his... That's a good idea. Let's look at his abilities. Let's look what he can do before I just run off. So he's a general, which is weird. I thought he was a raid for sure. He's got the jump thing. You can do an emergency evasion, which is pretty rare for a general can do. Very handy, though. You can cancel out your jump and evasion with a melee. I actually just thought of something. We can try that later. You can do a 2-hit attack. Don't get shot as much when you're doing something. Anti-blast. And you reduce damage when shot in the head. So that actually kind of gives this thing these head armors. Normally you kind of want to you just go for these last because they don't really do anything, but this might actually make it good. It says it doesn't stack with different levels of the same parts, but it doesn't say anything about stacking with abilities already on the machine, right? So you've kind of got this thing that can be very maneuverable, do a few things that Zaku can do, but also take less damage. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. So let's go ahead and take him out. Okay. So first things first, the big stupid lightsaber's back again. So we've actually got 2 melees. So you can do a 1-2 on, well, you could if you didn't fall over. You can do a 1-2 and then swap and do a 1-2, which is fun. You've got a Sturmfaust, which takes a fucking year to get ready. So congratulations on that. But once you actually got it set up, it does a decent amount of damage. The problem is, though, I've noticed, and I want you to kind of notice this too with me. It's on the left. It's in the left hand, which means if you aim too far to the left, like, that looks like it should hit. That looks like it should hit. Didn't hit, because it's coming from the left side. This is more of like a Marine or like a you have a lot of shit attached to the front of your MS that you have to kind of be aware of where it's coming from. Problem. Just pulled that from nowhere. Alright, and of course, I'll talk about the fist really fast. The Fistio. So your backswing on this fist is actually really cool because it's an extendo fist. Which I can't really do justice because you're not just doing an extendo, you're doing a lunge in extendo. You see that? So it's almost got like heat rod range. Which I don't think, yeah, I can't hit from there. We can probably hit from here. If we're to charge up. Yeah. So you've got some decent range on that bad boy. Mega Man looking ass motherfucker. But let's talk about the boomerangs, because that's really the one I've kind of been avoiding. I really like these things. They don't do a lot of damage, but I'll show you what they can do. Three for stagger. 3 for stagger is fucking amazing. I love that. So you can use it to stagger to get in close. I think probably your best bet is to just charge and fire them at 3 at a time. And then just, bippy boop. Like that. And let's try... We'll turn on the AI and see if that works. And kind of like the goof, it gives you an option to be a little gremlin in the back, especially with the Sturmfaust, or Sturmfist. God damn it, he caught me. Okay. So the only issue with these is you have to stand still. It's not like the machine gun. Like, he can strafe and hit me all he wants, but I have to stand still. And as you can see, I missed all but one of those. God, that's a lot of damage for one hit. Have at ye. Pile drive them. Oh, that's funny. So I'd even argue, rather than like... well, let's try it from back here. It might be easier to get them if they're not wiggling back and forth up front. Yeah, it kind of worked. Oh, almost. So I'd say either from farther back, or even just being a little fucking gremlin and shooting someone who's not even like aiming at you. Yeah. Might be easiest to use for those. But still, it's fun. 3 hits to stagger is definitely very generous. I just realized I could have fucking hit him again. Oh well. So that's the Zogak. Oh, another fun one. I didn't even do the fuck. I forgot the thing. Oh. We need to do an experimento. Experimente. So it said that you can cancel out evasive maneuvers too. And if you don't know what an evasive maneuver is, it's this shit. So if we tap X, we can just kind of hop around, right? You double tap it, you do that. But let's keep a melee out really fast. See if we can get out of that. Oh, you can. Ooh. So let's see here. Let's, how do we make this work? Can we double tap into a backswing? Whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So let's say we're over here, and we roll, and we go into a back... maybe. Maybe. So normally... Well, you know, really, that's not a whole lot of lag time there either. I guess the swing helps. I don't know. I could see that maybe if you're like in a fucking crowd, you need to leave and you need to get like people away from you. I could see that. What about if we do like this? Okay, that's just a regular one. Yeah. So it's canceling out that little, like, that, you know. Not really sure that's a whole lot of difference in time, but it might be when you're stacking up benefits, maybe. I had a thought, but now it's gone. Oh, that still counts as evasive. That's weird. Oh, yeah. So let's do a hop here and a hop there. Oh, don't do that. Okay, it's kind of tricky. So while it's overheated, you can't boost and you can't jump, right? I guess you can just... Oh, man, what the fuck? Huh. I don't know how we did that. So cool thing is you can charge up your booster while it's going down. So it does release itself after a bit of time. But if you know when it's fully, like, how long it takes for it to get down, you see what I mean? So it's going down while you're still charging up the booster to jump. Fun. And of course, this only gets better with more stuff you put on it too. Let's talk about one more really fast. Well, two more. We've been talking about maneuvers and combos, you know, and like planning out things. And if that's your cup of tea, you know, high risk, high reward shit, then absolutely. But There's some things that just don't get anything. Let's talk about the gun tank. Look at his skills. Look at his skills of a support. High performance radar, high performance scope. This shows other people. This means you can zoom in. Data unit shows the HP of the enemy on everyone's radar. Increases or reduces respawn time. Shows enemy pilots that are on foot. Stabilizes when crouching. And that's some space shit we don't care about. Okay? So that's what you get with a support. And unfortunately, you're going to notice that most supports don't have anything but these things. High performance radar, high performance scope, observation data link, frontline support, personal radar, and those, you know. Let's find another support. Dragu is a little bit different. High performance radar, high performance scope, observation data, precision shelling. They get enhanced tackle for some reason. I don't know why. Special head buffer. So those are the two interesting ones for the Dragu. Zacker tank really doesn't get much. High performance radar, high performance scope, observation data unit, frontline support, personal radar, stabilization. Really, your only job is to go in and sit there on your scope and shoot at things. And you know, it's like it's necessary because you need the observational data link, you need the extra respawn time reduction. But it's really fucking boring. Especially when you have the advantage over the raids, because you can just charge whenever and just completely fuck up the whole. Like, you know, you've seen how much time I've spent planning out the jump, the charge, the melee, the get out. You know, it's just like one charge, you completely throw all that out the fucking window. It's a bit sad. What the fuck is this thing hooked down to? What do we have this? Let's talk about the Zoc really fast. And this is the last one we're going to talk about tonight. And if you're curious, this is my, this is what I call the action figure paint. So this is this is the regular Zoc coloring, and I thought this looks kind of like washed out, especially for what I could remember. This is high gloss. And then this is kind of what I call the action figure color scheme. I feel like it's a little bit more close to the show. It's what I remember anyway. Very vibrant, very bright. So looking at the Zoc is a really weird support because it's these two things, right? Mega particle cannon and the maser. Oh yeah, I don't have to take shit off. Okay, so looking at these two, heats up at 40%, so you're gonna get about 3 shots before this thing overheats if you're lucky. You can focus it for a little bit more damage, and then a 15-second overheat. So you can get 4 shots off if you don't focus them, and then you gotta let it recharge. The maser has a fucking bullshit. It's fucking focus 4 seconds. It's a lot longer than that. But it has to focus, and then it's gotta overheat. It overheats with every shot. It's 100% heat rate. And that kind of makes it a bit difficult. Now, these are 500 and 600 meters, so that's a very long range for a beam gun. So you've got that going for you. It's just you get a few shots and then you have to sit there and wait, or you have to like back up and wait. Looking at the support or the skills, everything you expect. You've got anti-stealth and anti-jamming on this one, so it's a little bit harder to sneak up on this guy. Just a little bit. There are also some skills on raids that negate these, so just keep that in mind. You're not going to cancel out everything. Special head buffer like the Zogak. And then this one's probably the most interesting thing. You can reverse this motherfucker with a touchpad press. Um, Kind of cool. Kind of interesting. Another thing to state, this is a Marine MS. None of these skills demonstrate that. And I'm not really sure it's even in the game, but it's there. So the way to build this guy is all range, and then we've got these interesting things here. And I can actually take off a lot of this crap because we don't need it. We can actually just put the firing on instead. Actually, no, wait. What were the other ones we needed? Not this first. Where is it? This guy. So where's the rest of them? Yeah, you kind of want these. These are really good for reducing that overheat, and these are good for reducing the focus. I think the overheat's a little more important, though, especially for the mazer. And then we can slap the focus ones on. And then get these bad boys in. And increase that delicious, delicious damage. And then the head for good measure. So we go back 12-second overheat, 4-second focus. Goes down to about 10 seconds and 3.8 on the focus. And it's even less for this guy. So that'll help things out. I should probably state for the record too, like 500 and 600, that's like most maps, like from one corner to another. It's a stupid amount of distance. Why is this 510 now? That's weird. And then if you'd rather go with, yeah, I'll do this one. If you'd rather go with more focus than overheat, you can also do it like this. Oh, I guess we should talk about the fucking claw, too. This thing's got a really good melee, actually. I guess we do that. It's always good. Yeah, the claw is actually really fucking good. Like, even the basic claw is 2,500. That's huge. Especially for a support. God help any fucking general that comes in your fucking attack radius. So now we're at... Now wait a minute here. Now we're at 3.2 for focus and 2.4, which really isn't that big a difference. I'd probably say the overheat might be more of a better choice. The big boy. So we can kind of see here we get 1, 2, 3, 4, so about 4 shots before it overheats. And then this is that big swing. So we actually get a little bit of a juice, a bit of juicy juice to that. Here's our forward. Here's the side. You know. Really cool thing about this is you can just do this touchpad touch, and we go whoop. Now, it's not instantaneous, and honestly, if you have this thing set up for turn radius, it might actually be quicker. So, you can't also move while you're doing that, so you're moving, you're schmoving, and you stop. So that could actually be kind of bad. Now, cool thing is, you can boost that way, and then if you realize, oh shit, I've overextended, you can then boost that way, which is handy. Looking at the reduced time on the mazer, by the way, if you crouch and then get into your scope, most supports give you this stacking benefit. Now, one thing about the maze, when it fires, we kind of get that nice blast radius. You can see how much quicker it is on the fucking overheat. So you notice the 4 diagonal lines that make an X on the outside of the reticle. When you're fully charged, you notice we're pulling in, and then they disappear. You're now fully charged up. When you shoot the mazer, that's about as far as you can get it, so you can't really move it at all. And then you can do the same thing on these guys too. This is another one of those ones, like, let's kind of see if I can make this happen here. So we're trying to shoot this way, and we've kind of got ourselves in cover. I guess that's not a very good example. Maybe this will be a little better one. Yeah, some of them hit, some of them don't. Because they're up on our shoulders, on the left and right. You gotta be aware. Especially when you're doing this crap. Like that, right? Not everything's gonna hit where you want it, because you're not holding it out in front of you like this guy's beam gun. You kind of got it on the sides there. Apparently those beams are really good at staggering, but that's not really why you're here, you know. More of a side effect kind of thing. I set that building on fire. It's funny. And then let's, for shits and giggles, see what a full-powered mazer will do. So, actually we could be really far back on this guy. About here in the corner. I've also noticed it's a good idea to aim low rather than up. If you aim up, they're gonna like stagger and fall over and probably fall out of the shot. But if you aim down, they'll probably fall over into it. Like so. That's an easy 7,000 damage right there. Whereas if we aim high, you can see how some of that fell off because he's tipped over. You know, just for the, oh yeah. Wasn't even zoomed in all the way, I forgot I can zoom. To my knowledge, the Zoc is one of very few support MSs that can kill multiple suits on a single shot. particularly with the Mazer. If you've got a few enemies all grouped together, you can very easily hit a bunch and possibly kill a couple at once. This is pretty neat. I suppose it's got its uses for mostly just kind of getting out of dodge. You know, realize push too far, hit the reverse. That's interesting. Wait, let's try that again. So the reverse doesn't work when you're overheated. That's really interesting. Oh, it builds thrust, that's why. Also, you can't reverse while you've got the Mazer charging, unfortunately. So you're gonna have to be pretty much Johnny on the fucking spot when you shoot the Mazer, because you're not gonna be able to correct it at all. Like so. I actually don't know what charging up does. Let's actually check that, and then I think we're done for the night. Again, I don't promise any streams anytime soon, but this was just something I wanted to talk about a little bit. Let's try. So we've got a regular shot at advantage is 2600. A charged up shot 5300. Okay, I can kind of see the appeal here. But you only get 2 shots of those when they're overheated. Take that, you. I was going to do something with these. I completely forgot. Now I think I'm getting too sleepy. Oh yeah, I want to test how many shots we've got. So we can do 1. Okay, so you can get 4 regular shots off or 2 focus shots off. And then just like with the Mazer, you can't charge up and swing it around. You can do this though. That's kind of fun. You can kind of do one of these, so. That's fun. We have a covering fire kind of deal. Okay. So that was the Zaku 2, Zaku 1, Goof B, and Zok. And the Zogak. I almost forgot about that one. Excuse me. Hopefully some of these will help you out with your decision making in the future. Hopefully, it'll give you or inspire you to give some of these a shot. You know, if you don't normally take a Zogak or a Zaku one out, you know, maybe give it a try. Roll the dice. I think it's more of a thrill just to find a fucking match that'll actually let you take the damn things out. Really quick, these Fitz helmets are nuts for being a general. You get the emergency system. You get the melee combo. This is basically a raid. You get the enhanced tackle. This is all just like all this good shit you get. I think you get a Vulcan too, don't you? No, you've got a grenade launcher though. You got a Sturmfaust and a grenade launcher for what good those will do you. But you get a lot of really good shit for being a basic general Zaku too. Like there's like very little difference aesthetically. I guess 200 points difference makes a big difference too. But you know, it's kind of interesting. You can just play this as like a fucking raid and not have to worry about being a raid, you know. Alright, but that's all I've got for tonight. I'll try and think of more brain tumors for another edition of this shit. Maybe I'll actually try and queue up for a match one day. Someday, I don't know. Not tonight, I'm fucking tired. GOG, let's get the GOG really fast. Be our last thing. Melee combo, high performance balancer, anti-blast stabilizer, shock dampeners. So you don't get staggered from being attacked. That's really good for counterattacking. Damage control. Reduces stagger. Enhanced tackle. Aquatic mobile shooting. Enables fire and high-speed movement underwater. I actually have to try that. I don't know. That's interesting. Every melee it does knocks the... Oh, really? Let's go by. I want to try that. Is that everything with the fist or everything, period, everything? I don't think I noticed that. That's tunky. That's funky with it. That sounds good, but like at the same time, it's gonna cause some problems of like trying to combo. Come here, you. Alright, so normal hit. Oh wait, that's a fucking boomerang, my bad. Normal hit. Oh my god, you're right, it is. It's everything. Hold on. Alright, normal hit. Waiting. Yep, it's fucking everything. My god. Let's try a sword. This is the most Popeye thing I've ever seen. This is fucking the Popeye mobile suit, isn't it? Alright, normal hit on the saber. No, that's just a stagger. Okay, so I think the saber's the same. Yep. And then the back hit obviously is... That's the knockdown. Okay. Well, I mean, the fucking... That's interesting. And then, of course, you got the magic... you've got the boomerangs again. Magic Extendo Fist for the backswing on the fist, too. Oh, the Zoc. Oh, okay. Well, no, you were right. You were actually right about this. Every hit on the fist is a knockdown. And I guess it's like you have to be running into a fucking crowd of people who aren't paying any attention to you. Because you can't combo this shit. Look at that. You knock them right out of your goddamn range. What's the point of the combo then? I guess you could clip them on the way down if you do a 1-2. Yeah, you could try and knock him on the way down, I guess. I don't know. That seems a little. Well, maybe he's not going terribly far. I feel like that second hit's gonna miss most times. I don't know. Let's try Zoc. It kind of irks me though. Like these are some of the stats I would love to know, but the game doesn't tell us. You know, it's the same with the stagger chance on the machine guns. You know, like I would love to know what the stagger rate is for those because apparently the boomerangs and the Zaku machine gun have completely different rates, and the fucking fingy gun on the goof. The GM Dominance underwater equip also has a fist that knocks down anchor. What if it's just a marine MS thing? If I go get my Zaku Mariner, can it do the same? Because it's just got the blow. Alright, come here, you. I love the Zoc so much. Alright, normal hit. I don't even know what to fucking aim this piece of shit. It's so fucking wide. Can we hit from here? Can I hit from here? I'm encompassing his body. That's not a fucking fist. God damn it. Yep, that's a knockdown. You're right, it is a knockdown. Side swing. Side swing. Knockdown. God, you know what's fun? You could just be wailing on a dude over here and just fucking turn around and start wailing on the guy behind him. Whee! And if I'm not mistaken, let's turn the A on. If I'm not mistaken, the Zoc also has that thing where you don't get staggered from melee hits. Let's try it. No, you definitely get staggered from melee hits. What am I thinking of? Maybe it's machine guns. Because I thought Flow Through mentioned that you can just swing through other fucking... Maybe that's what I'm talking about. You can just swing through other melee hits. God, look at him. I feel like a fucking bully. I feel like the big kid at the lunch table asking for lunch money. It's kind of mushed against the wall. Oh no, there's an MS behind me. I love this thing. I absolutely suck at it. The fucking curse of the Zoc is like when you play with teams, you're gonna sit back here and you're gonna charge your damn mazer up. And then some dumb motherfucker is gonna walk right in front of you, right as you let it off, and take the entire 4-second beam right to the fucking back and get upset with you. That's the fucking curse of the fucking Zoc. That's what you have to live with. Come on, get your fucking saber out. Come on. Ah, I missed. That's also the curse of the fucking Jiwagu, but it's not nearly as bad. Oh yeah. That stupid goddamn Juburo map is so crowded. Like, you're kind of doomed to hit one of your allies anywhere, regardless of like where you're aiming or what you're aiming for. Okay, here's an experiment. Can we hit someone regardless of where we're aiming? So let's put our reticule over here. Yeah, you can just hit. You don't even need to fucking aim. Well, I guess that one. You really just don't need to aim this fucking thing. Oh my hiney. This thing has Hank Hill fucking proportions in terms of ass. That's a Texan ass right there. That's fun. If it didn't take me 3 hours to fucking sortie, I would take this thing into a goddamn fight tonight, but I'm tired. I want to do one more test. You've got me curious now. Is it just the giant motherfuckers, or is it like any Marine MS? Where's my Zaku Marine? Where's the Hindenburg? Here he is. So he shouldn't have it because he's a general. He's got the emergency evasion, high performance balancer, anti-stealth. Oh, he's got a melee combo and he's got aquatic mobile shooting. What the fuck is high speed movement in water? Let's figure that out. So we've got the blow. We got the blow. This shouldn't knock people over, right? This is just punching people. That's a shtick. So ideally, we should just be doing everything that anyone else is doing, just in a fucking in a Marine Zaku. Which GM has the claw? I like the claw. Is it the diver? Alright, here we go. Super Fistio. Alright, normal hit. Got the metal going. Nope. No. Knockdown. Side hit. Nope. Knocks him around, but that's not a back hit. Back, I think, is just a tackle on the blow, right? Yeah, it's just a tackle. Okay, so it's not every Marine on that. Oh my god. Look at that ASL. Excuse me, sir, I have some fucking anti-air duties. That's fucking hilarious. God damn it. A wire anchor? What the hell's a wire anchor? We need is there a test map with water? I think the Ruined City, right? Ruined City's got some. Port Base, I think, actually doesn't have any water for some damn reason. This one does, though. A funny, silly stream that does a heavy stagger and messes up people's radar. Where do you see that? Like, I don't even see that anywhere. Hello, water. In we go. Where am I? There we are. Okay, we're under the water. Under the sea. We have better speed. It would be a sub-weapon. I don't think I got that. I got a fist, I got a Vulcan, and I got missiles. So What is a high speed? What is it talking about here? High speed something. What is it talking about? What does this skill pertain to? I feel like I need a dictionary of the fucking skills, because some of these are just kind of vague. Enables firing during high-speed movement while underwater from main weapons that can fire while what? Does that even pertain to this thing? Can we do that? Where the fuck does it say you can shoot and move? Has an ASL area, high accuracy. That can fire while moving. That's not a main weapon though. What? Huh? So the pod can, but this shouldn't be able to, right? That's what I'm understanding. Not sure I get that. Let's try it again. Why not? Try it again. Letting you boost and shoot your main gun. But by boost you mean this shit, right? Like that. Not this. That's a tackle. That's not going to do it. God, I can't get over how funny that is. Yeah, okay, so let's try that. Let's get the... When would you ever do this is the question. Yeah, what? Okay, that I could kind of see has some utility. That I could see... That makes a little more sense. So if we do like the jungle map or something, you can kind of like do this down the river and fucking strafe people. Okay, that's a little fun. I really can't see that being entirely too handy, but like... It's a thing the Zaka can do. It's a thing the Marine can do. Just kind of fuck everyone up as you're leaving. Yeah. The problem is none of them have like a lot of water. Like, I guess the port might be one that has a decent amount of water, but like, even then, I don't know. That's also a long fucking way to go for your goddamn missiles. Like, I feel like the range of the missiles covers the... Yeah, I can't honestly off the top of my head think of a map that has like that much water, you know? I don't know. I'm willing to try it, but I can't really think of anything. Can you do this, I wonder? You can do this. Okay. So I think the important thing to take away from this, it's not just the main weapons. It's like, it's your Vulcan, you know. This I could see actually having some utility. You know, you've got a fucking raid or a supporter or whatever bearing down your ass, just like, nope, bye. I'm out of here. Fucking hose his ass as you're going backwards. I could see that. I could see that. God knows it's not the weirdest fucking thing I've seen on this game. What about the GOG? The GOG's got it. What the fuck does the GOG do? It's got, like, what, 2 particle beams? Let's look. Let's look at the GOG. I don't think I've taken the GOG out yet. I don't think I've had a chance to. The big meaty boy. Yes, aquatic mobile shooting. For weapons that can fire while moving. Which is what? The torpedo tubes? You can fire this while moving. You can fire the twin particle cannons. Okay, we gotta try it. Hold on. Let's set this thing up like it's a fucking Zoc. We want focus. Maximum focus, oh. That's all we get. We get 1. No cooldown. Okay, whatever, fuck it. We'll just take that. Not that one, not that one. Is there a way to switch this? Oh yeah. There we go. Hey, there's some water. Okay, cool. We can actually practice now. Isn't there another section of water, like, on the edge of the map besides the big pool? The big dip? It's like over there somewhere. God, this thing's slow. Holy shit. That's really slow for a fucking general. Alright, so... Oh, it doesn't have focus. Huh. Well, that's a pointless fucking mod then. Alright. Nope, can't shoot you little tiny torpedoes, because God forbid. How big are these? Yeah, that's beautiful. Tiny. Tiny torps. Yeah, I think that's best retreating, or like, something like that. Like, shooting forward. I guess you could, like, if it staggers, you could do that to get a melee combo in. It's like that one kid who could put his fucking, fit his arm behind his head in elementary school. Oh yeah, that's definitely, that's a welcome addition. Yeah, I guess they stagger, so I could see that. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Is that a disadvantage? Oh, that's advantage. What are you? You're disadvantage. Wait, I'm a raid and I'm this fucking slow? Are you serious? Good God. And I don't think the Gog... No, Gog doesn't knock down on every hit. Look at that big chunky ass. Motherfucker looks like he's wearing the pins. Can we do the thing? Huh. Super armor, really? Huh. You can do this. Wait. I thought it had emergency, didn't it? No, that was just the Marine soccer, wasn't it? It's all blurring together. Alright, let's try a wombo combo. Huh. Interesting. There's a little bit of a boosty. So you gotta be careful with that, because you could, like, boost yourself way the fuck out and miss your hit, you know? That could be dangerous. I could see that kind of being a problem. Alright, tell my chunky ass to get back in the water. Yeah. Okay. That's a weird concept for a raid to just be nothing but armor. I bet we can make him faster. I bet we could get his little top speed up. That'd be funny. Alright, I'm tired. I'm going mad. It's enough dicking around for one evening. Thank you for coming by. Maybe tomorrow we'll actually try and match. I don't know. I don't know what my patience is for sitting here for 2 hours waiting on a queue. I also don't know why I'm on fucking 2 bars of wireless. But well, is what it be, what it do. Let's save really fast so I fucking lose all my goddamn paint again. Alright. Really quick. Very quick, very briefly, I wanna know. Is that fucking sick or what? Look at that shit. It's like he's got a fucking camel poncho on. I love it. It's beautiful. Mwah. It's my best work. Alright, I'm out of here. Good night. Thanks for coming by. Next stream, never. I don't know. We'll see.